Glory, glory unto the Most High. Kimbo, Kimbo. Natata Zombie, Yamazulu. Family, I'm coming back with part 2. Sorry about that. I wanted to have all included, but it's just moving too slow. So we're going to move forward. So this is Africa 200 CE. It says here all of North Africa is now part of Roman Empire, while to the south, the Bantu migration continues. So I just want to point out some areas that before on the 30 CE, BCE, which has been added in the 200 CE is now our people, as you see the Bantu headed towards now is showing in what we would call South Africa today, Botswana up in that area there. So you see it now. It's, have taken on where it's showed up in Ghana, in that area, Cameroon, Congo, South Africa at this point, Angola, all in there. That's where our people have been. So all this time we're saying that the Romans had rule. Who did they have rule over? Our people were here. So how we could actually also, just to, look at it even closer, look at the wars that were in the area on the continent. See, they had our focus pointed towards that area called what they call Israel, Palestine, or the land of Canaan, a Canaan. See, we weren't pointed toward this area. So the wars that happen over there, it should be documented also happening here if it did happen. See, this is going to tell a whole lot. This going to point to the liars and point to truth, because our people never went that way. Our people came further down into what we understand South Africa is at today, which that name wasn't always that name. Okay. So let's continue. I know some other things on here. Maybe I can read. So it says here that same thing about they Romanize, speaking, about the emperor there, Severus. Speaking of Egypt, meanwhile, has become the bread basket on which the capital city of Rome depends for its grain. Okay. And then it speaks here of Ethiopia and Axum. And then it just go into just talking about what we would, actually understand. If we were in that area, it would make sense. But we were not in that area. So let's click on Africa, the map for 500 CE. And see, as we continue to go down, it says a Bantu Iron Age migration continuing the sand hunters gatherers people ever further south. So we were headed in, not in that area. Okay, just giving it a moment for it to pop up here. Okay. It's still thinking there, fam. I don't want to lock it up. Okay, fam. So it speaks here of Africa 500 CE, a powerful kingdom, new kingdom is arising in Ethiopia, while in the West Africa trade routes across the Sahara are developing. Okay, so then now you can see basically about the same, our people still in that same mode. So this is actually 500 CE. 500 CE. Okay. So one may say, well, 30 BCE, that was in the time which 70, what we call AD, is when our people supposedly have flee out of Africa. I'm sorry, out of the Middle East area into Africa. But 30 BCE, they were where they were in the Saharan, and then we move up to 200. We were where we were. So, someone may say, well, what about that gap between the 30 BCE and the 200 BC? I'm sorry, CE. Well, that gap, it shows that our people still was in the mode in the same, same area. But let me see if it's going to provide any more insights. And I would actually, that would be something that ones may, want to look even closer, even myself, because that is a gap there. But everything is still pointing that we never went over to what they would consider, in that time. So let's look at it from this angle. Now, our people came back from Babylon around 500 BCE. Okay. So it showed us in 30 BCE in Africa, what we call Africa, in sub-Saharan. Okay. So Babylon is showing that it was right below Egypt, near the Nile. It was not over there where they want us to believe that it was, across by Saudi Arabia, over there by, what you would call Assyria and so forth. No, old maps are showing it actually in on the continent. So still yet that will put us right in line with what, we always understood, that our people went from Egypt, and they, what it's saying, that they went further back down into Africa, as it shows. And then them coming from Babylon, still the same thing. So it still will not put us where they would say they want us at. So let's see if anything else here. So it says the Roman province of North Africa have shared in troubles of the decline in Roman Empire. By this date, the western portion of North Africa have fallen away from the empire and are what it would call being occupied by the Berber nomads from beyond the old imperial frontiers, as well as by the German tribe, which has crossed over from Europe. So still yet, family, I'm seeing that they not tied to our people. They could be tied to those people that were in Palestine, in the land of Canaan, but they weren't tied to our people. Okay, so, and then we have to keep in mind that the Romans in that time, they were melanated people. They weren't, white people. We have to keep that in mind. They were melanated people in that time. Okay, so let's continue. Let's move forward. Okay. So in West Africa, large chiefdoms are emerging on the southern fringes of the Sahara. This is probably the result of the efforts by some chiefs to control the southern end of the trans-Sahara trade. Importing horses from the north allows the chiefs to form cavalry forces, and so to dominate surrounding villages more easily. Okay, all right. And it says by the time the Bantu migration has reached South Africa, so by the time the Bantu has reached South Africa, at this latitude, the Bantu farmers reach the limits of tropical crops and therefore can go no further. Let's go to 750 CE. Okay. So let's just see what we, if any changes came to the new 500 CE map. And as you can see, it basically still looks the same. Okay. You have Nubia over here, Ethiopia, and then, but you still see it's basically the same for 500 CE. Okay. Okay, and it's basically speaking the same thing here. And you know, they keep mentioning about the Red Sea, but it's actually called the Reed Sea. So that's to have thrown a lot of people off as well. Okay, so let's talk about the same thing. So let's continue. Okay, fam. It's moving a little slow here. Okay, so family, now you see that the Bantu have reached further down into South Africa, and this timeline is showing the 750 CE. Okay, and it speaks of that the Arabians now, far as you know, conquered. You said North Africa, including Egypt, has been conquered by the Arabians. Okay. Meanwhile, the Nubians' kingdom in the Upper Nile Valley have become to a vibrant Christian culture. Okay. So I'm just going to scan through here. Is there anything differently want to add here? Okay. It's giving an account. So let's go to the Africa map for 979 CE. Okay, fam, so now I'm showing you the map for 979 CE. It speaks of North Africa. Now, speaking of Islamic religion has taken root. And let's check it out and see how the map look. As it looks the same as it was before the 750 BCE. So let's continue. Let's see if anything down here. Okay, I've read that. Okay. So West African civilization continues to advance, and other kingdoms have appeared beside Ghana, and notably Songhai and Mali. Okay. In the kingdom of Kadim, I've actually read that and saw a video on that. That actually kingdom was a powerful kingdom in that time. Let's see anything else here. So we are thriving, okay, pushing the pre-Bantu hunter-gatherers people further and further into the desert. Okay, so we have another map here for 1215. I was thinking that was the last one. Then I want to take your attention to this actually migration from 3 BC to 11 AD, which will give an account that our people, we never went where they say we were in that, what you call Israel. We were always in the sub-Saharan area. Okay. Okay, family. So Africa 1215 CE. Let's just take a look and see. And as we can see, of course, Timbuktu's added. Mali, we can see those. And we can see how the Bantus are still Congo, all in the area of Angola, South Africa, and so forth. So we could see that they're still striving there. Let's continue. So now this is speaking now about the golden age timeline. And still yet, again, the Romans family, as it's really showing to unfold, Europeans didn't get access to our people until about the 14, I would say between the 14 and 1500. But 1619 is when the slaves, ones were sold and brought to America, and then had some slaves being sold before that. But then it moves us into the area where they didn't colonize Africa until within that 400-year window, until 1885. So they didn't get access to our people, family. Not like the world want to put it out. They had access to these people called Israelites, but they ain't had no access to the Bantus. So they had everyone pointing and reading, study about the Israelites, but we the Bantus. Ha! Okay. Yeah. So they pointing to that fake land. They point to the fake name. All that, because all of our people, we would have African names. It wouldn't be no Joseph and Mary and so forth and that. It wouldn't be none of that. So, family, again, we must go deeper. It's more and more and more. So now this shows to another map, says the 1453. So let's just take a look at that one as well. So family, now you see that now we have them on the map Congo spelled with a K. Okay. Awesome. Then you have the Luba now is actually have manifest one of our our tribes. And so yeah, we still holding it down in that, in the areas. Okay. Let me go down a little bit further here. So now you start seeing about the 53. It says here that the African coasts have been visited by ships of two aliens' power at the beginning of the 15th century, which will be the 1400s. A large Chinese fleet visits some of Swahili ports on the Indian Ocean coast of East Africa. In the mid-century, the first Portuguese ships. So, fam, the first in 1450. These people didn't get no access to us, fam. They didn't get no access to us until after, like I said, the 1400s. All this other stuff that they have about that we've been in war with the, these people and that people in the sense of the Romans had access to us. No, they have not. They have not. They're lying. They're lying. Okay. They're lying. Let's see any more maps. Yep, 1648. Let's check this out. So 1648 is speaking of a large number of Africans are being taken to the Americas as slaves. Okay, so I always said that 1619 for our people to come over, and the Mayflowers didn't come, and they signed the Mayflower Act in 1620. That makes no sense. So our people just came over and stood around till they build, and then, or either we helped them build, that don't make any sense. That means that a civil, no, I'm sorry. That means that people had to already be in motion. That a civilization already had to be, you know, in mode. So that is just impossible, family, impossible. All right, so let's just take a look at this map here. So now you can see a lot more, is happening. The Bantu still down. And then it's covering really all of Congo, all over those places. Now it does show that the Portuguese, G's are in the area over here. And I'm not sure what part of the map that will be on. Let me see. Okay. So that would show that they're in what is called is it called Mozambique? That's what they would be. Let me see, anything else stands out. So Tswana, it actually, that's what original name was, Tswana, but it was changed to Botswana. So we see that's there. Let's see, anything else. Very interesting. Oh yeah, and you see the Portuguese Portuguese over there also under Congo. You see that they have made, like, they have some type of grounds there. Yeah. So we see not until after the 1400s. Okay. So it says here Egypt and most of North Africa have come under the rule of Ottoman Empire. Okay, so that's just North Africa and Egypt. And it says, the Kingdom of Morocco has formed its own empire. Okay, let's go down here. European sailors and traders first arrive. Y'all see that? 1648, fam. Off the coast of West Africa in the mid 1500s. Well, okay, 1400s century. Since then, the African has been incorporated in Atlantic trading. So we've been doing the tradings and all this. But these people, of course, how it's been set up, and we can't, lose sight on the Most High. Everything has been done and how it's been done for a reason. But we were we were doing far as trading, and our people were benefiting from it. And of course, these people, of course, saw it as, oh, we want all of it. We don't want it. We don't want it to do what is what, but it's all lined up according to the Bible. Okay. Because I was even saying, I said, Father, all the gemstones and all that, do we supposed to sell that stuff? I don't think we supposed to sell that stuff. But I don't know, fam. I'm thinking it's for us, for the use, how it shows, sacred to be in the Bible, in that lineup. So a lot has been going on. Okay. So the Portuguese domination has led to a decline in the prosperity of all the Swahili cities. The Portuguese have established the first European colonies in Africa south of Sahara. Okay. And that will put that like in South Africa. Their settlement of the modern day Angola is the base for their slave trade. In South Africa, the Cape has become a regular point of all the European ships. Yes. Okay, let's go to 1789. Now, on my laptop, it actually changed. It wouldn't let me go past, I think, 850. Okay, family. 1789, it speaks of the Atlantic slave trade is at its height and having a destructive impact on the wide areas of Africa interior. So let's take a look. So you see a lot more there going on. The Dutch already came in. I don't recall if they were in the last one I showed, but you see they're taking little hold here to our land. Wow. So you got the Luba, you got the Lunda, you got the Cuba. All of them right there in that area. Our people. Hallelujah. Okay. So it says about 45,000 Africans are being forcefully taken to the Americas each year in the holds of European and American ships. Family, I want to praise the Most High, family. This is amazing. This is amazing. It proves we never left. But I'm gonna show you something else if it's not in this video, another video, where they gave us the timeline and we were in that area all along. See, we were looking for the Israelites timeline. No, we got to look under the Bantus. So my brother, all of them from Congo and those areas, and talking about we the Bantus. That's why, fathers, hey, we need to get in that lineup. This is our heritage, not the name that they gave, call it an Israelite. And was this name really Israel? No, family, no. We gonna come into all the truth. Eventually, it's all gonna come forth. So I give a praise to the Most High. Yeah, hallelujah. And I'll share this link too, fam. So I'm just gonna kind of go through here and let you see. Okay, I'm gonna do one more 1837, and I wanted it to time out on me. Okay, now in 1837 it says the Zulu conquest, and I understand that to mean heaven. So let's continue. So let's look at this map and see what's going on. If anything new stand out there. Okay, now the British took over the Dutch. You see that down to the bottom of South Africa. And we know South Africa is where the Garden of Eden at as well. Okay, so you can kind of just see how things start moving into place. See, and we over there in Egypt, and then going in the Middle East, you don't see nothing over there, not about no Bantus over there. We not even over there. So let's continue here. Okay. Okay, 2/3 of the slaves are now taken from Central and South Africa, with most slaves destined for Brazil. Wow, 2/3. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, in Central Africa, the slaves trade, later the ivory trade. And just going for fam. It's called the militarized Zulu Kingdom. The Zulu conquest set off a mass migration of other armed groups. And wow. Oh wow, fam. This is our history here. They had us all in the Bible, which is great, not taken away in the sense of, because Father, he have allowed what he have allowed. But family, we've been looking at this all wrong. We have been looking at just following what, the Israelites. We haven't been following the Bantus. Okay, I said I was going to do one more. So I'm going to pause right there and then bring forth this other information I want to show you all.